Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I am Gamion. I will be your game developer for the stream. My co-host Megakey decided to take a break from this stream and go sleep in another room, so maybe she'll be back later. So I'm a AAA developer by day and an indie by nights and weekends. Spent 4 years working on this online multiplayer soccer brawler called Field of Heroes, and we hope to get the demo ready in time for spring. And all I have to do left between then and now is about 50 different tasks on my work list. Plus, I got to make a new trailer based on all the changes that happened since last June, July. Hey, Ice Bear, welcome. So it's good to have you here, and we have other developers also watching and hanging out with us. So let's go say hello to them.
Battle Royale time. Oh my god. Have we ever had an upside down Battle Royale? That may be a first. I never even considered that this would happen. That is amazing. Brilliant idea, I bet. I mean, we got a mark.
Oh, well, you're welcome. So yeah, maybe about the first almost year of my stream, I was mostly just kind of heads down, kind of doing my own thing, and didn't really get involved with hanging out with other streamers and the like. And then about a year and a half ago, I started to really socialize a bit and realized I was having more fun doing that than I was actually just working on my game all stream. So yeah, definitely open to sharing what everyone else is working on as well. So again, this evening it's kind of two things. One is optimizations, but two, before I get back to optimizations, I need to add a new UI. So in the game, you have the ability to switch heroes mid-game, and it's shown in a special UI. Now let's destroy the bots here. So what happens is when this here thing on the field fully cools down, then I'll have the option to change heroes. And currently the interface is just a real developer mock-up, just kind of a dark background with a bunch of icons. And I'm going to clean that up today, get it demo ready. We're going to have a nice kind of a brownish parchment kind of background instead. So we'll see it. There we go. So you see, just above my head, it's just a dark background with a bunch of icons. And we're going to remedy that hopefully today. So I'm going to take a screenshot of that as to help me go along real quick. There, it's going to be sort of my what's called a composite. It's how it looks when it's all together, and then this will help me model the one that I want to work on. So here's blue. We got the new textures in the content. I think I wanted the blank parchment. Character select blank parchment. And oh, cool. Thought Unreal was going to crash for a second. And I can't rename it anymore. There we go. Okay, so let's take this and replace the background. Vertical box. Okay, that must be our border. So let's do... like that. Okay, so that... well, that's interesting. Okay. So now we got the border here. And we're going to probably make this semi-transparent later. I just want to get the things in here. So we also have let's see, another texture for, yeah, the parchment rings. Let's see. Okay, those look like, okay, those are the boxes. And these are the heroes here. Okay, so again, these are going to have to be guides because there are actually other assets. Oh, I hate when that happens. Windows, I got to turn that, I got to disable that feature. Making everything minimized just because I minimize one thing. But yeah, so this is kind of, if I overlay this, which I probably had needed to do here, get rid of this, give an overlay. Actually, I want an image. I prefer that over the border here. Do the image, this. And then after that, another image. Just for reference purposes, we're going to have an image of the overlay. Okay, I want to see how that lines up with what we have right now. Another thing I want to do, maybe make this testing go faster, is reduce the cooldown here. Oh, here we go. 30 seconds. Let's do 3 seconds. Or just 1. Why not? Yeah, that was quick. Okay, so the parchment needs to be... Sorry, so obviously we got some alignment issues here. But it's close. So the parchment needs to be bigger. So I'll need to fix that first. I'm going to take a screenshot of that too. And we're going to make the parchment... Let's see, how much bigger should we make it? So the overlay, that's actually probably sized from the match layout. Quick CPU check. I want to make sure that nothing's hogging it. One of those runtime broker things. Well, that's weird. Anyway, Air Force Game Player, welcome. Just doing some Wednesday work here. It's getting started. Oh yeah, I'm probably to restart the editor now. It's acting kind of wonky. And while that's happening, I'm looking at the alignment I need to do here. So I want to get these frames. So I want to increase the size of the background a little bit, and I can do that from the parent widget. Make that bigger. So I like the spacing. Yeah, there we go. Alright, we're going to have to make this take up more space. I wonder, can I bring an icon in here? No, actually, I don't think I can. Let's just try this. And we're waiting for things to preload very slowly. Let's have a look at the history of Mega Kitty with the new redeem that I have. Alright, I'm going to have to change the cooldown again, because I didn't save my change on purpose last time. Okay, that somehow looks worse, even though I made it bigger. I may just have to, I may be resigned to simply making it a canvas with the hard-coded, but I don't want to do that. Let me compare this with a screenshot. Okay. I think I might know what I need to do here. I think this bigger size is better as a start. And let's align these to, let's see, 18. Let's just make these rounded numbers here. And then within, let's do the same. We'll do the same with the red later. We're just going to focus on blue right now. Now the vertical box. Now we're going to need some borders here. Okay, so we're adding this dynamically. Alright. It's just taking up too much space. So let's give it some padding around the sides. And judging from the most recent screenshot... Oh, heck, let's just start with 30-30. Oh, that's too much. Unless... Oh, that's right. Let's do 20... Custom width height. Actually, I want to match those up with this. That is 458 by 1455. That's more like it. Now we get more accurate padding. Let's give it 50 in both. Okay. So I can probably live with this, move it more to the right. Yeah. It ought to be centered, though. It's not quite centered. What if I collapse it horizontally? Okay, that's a better fit. Maybe I want to increase the left offset just a bit. Okay, yeah, let's give it a little more on the left. Okay, that looks better. Now I'm going to get rid of the frames. I'm going to get rid of this layer right here. Okay, so let me look at the mock-up real quick. I'm going to take a screenshot. All right, here we go, and then we'll look at our parchment. All right, so then we have these frames around the number, on the numbers. I wonder if I should use the proper game font for that. Okay, so let's deal with those frames. Let's see how they're being added to the list first. Okay, so there we got the weapon, the icon, and the binding. So where's the icon coming from? Image icon. Get hero texture. Okay, what was I doing for the other thing? This. Oh, yeah, that was different. Okay. Match hero switch icons. Okay. So these are the icons down here. Yeah, they do need to be the kind of the darker. I'm gonna need to take the frame from this and make generic versions of that, and then plug it in to the data asset. And that's gonna be a little bit of work. We'll get to that later. While that's running, I'm going to resize the other to be the same. Okay, we got our standalone frames. Let's import them in. Now we have to assign them to the players. So what do we got? Match hero switch icons. Hero switch icon frame. Okay. Oops, semicolon. All right, so let's restart. Oops, not there. Let's close the layout. Close this. Good. And while we wait for that to come up, I just want to remind everybody that the unofficial brand of soft drink for this stream is Ice Cold Refreshing Coca-Cola, improved by Mega Kitty, and very refreshing. And we're back. So now we do the frame. So this is a square, so we're going to do the square frame. We're going to go through the other heroes and tweak them as well. So for those of you unfamiliar, this is... Oh, we got to do the diamond for that one. Let's do diamond. For those of you unfamiliar, so this is the Unreal Engine that I'm developing this game in, and these are what is known as data assets. And basically, I made one for each of the heroes, and that way, oh, I need a circle. Do we have that in the art? Oh yes, we do. So let's bring that back up. Deleted it. Fine. We'll just pull from the source again. Yeah, actually, yeah, we want to crop to content. That's really what we want to do. Use the space efficiently. So I'd really re-import the other ones after doing that too. That's better. Okay, and now we move on to the next one. Chorus.
This is a test of the emergency broadcast system.
Okay, so now we got to bring that frame in. So we'll need to do an overlay on the icon. Icon frame. Okay, so do that overlay. We're going to need a function to get the frame. Alright, let's see how it looks after I reduce the cooldown again. I'm purposefully not saving my change here because I don't want to accidentally submit it upstream after I'm done. So now we're going to wait for the everything to preload again. Frames look kind of thick. Let me look at this again. Geez, I almost like the other frames more. Now I can make those frames thinner though. Do have to do a little magic. So, back to the image editor we go. How do we thin this out a bit? See, how did I do it last time? I think what I did was I cut this. Put it in a new layer, and then we scaled it. Not too much. Yeah, there you go. The bottom looks a little bit big now, so let's move this down. Okay, let's try that. And then let's do the circle. Yeah, I like that better. How many times I have to click export to actually export the thing? Alright, next step, do the diamond. This one's going to be a little trickier. We're going to thin this out, selecting this region. Cut, paste again, scale. There we go. So that thins it out pretty good. Now the bottom does look a little out of shape. I can trim that again, but first things first, let's re-import these and see how it looks. Okay, circle probably could stand to be a little thinner, but let's just give it a shot. I'm starting to think that maybe those frames just aren't right to put around the heroes. I mean, maybe for other things, but not the heroes. And another thing that draws my attention is the fact that the frames here are the thin yellow ones. So I don't really sort of be consistent. I should probably just keep the old ones. So let me remove the new one and just see how it looks again. So I might just stay with that. Yeah, I think I like that better. And the number bindings, what can I do about those? Well, before I do anything, I want to look at another widget on the front end, hero info. And I want to know what what I had for the opacity for that. What was the render opacity for this? 0.8. Oh, okay. Now let's apply it to this. And then we'll see how that looks. Oops, wrong button. Okay, so that's fine. I'm debating whether I want to take out the melee versus ranged icons. I mean, they are pretty helpful. And what about the numbers? Those numbers are actually straight up key bindings, but they may not need to be. Let's look at the lobby again. So that uses kind of the dark text. No, I like the button frames because that indicates that's a key binding. That said, yeah, so I'm looking, oh, I know what I could do. Follow that pattern on the hero info. What did I do for the color? Yeah, I'll try the binding style change. Oh, wait a minute. Image binding. Oh. Wait a minute. Why am I not using input binding for this? A widget and a widget. Should be something like this. Oh, maybe because I can't resize it? That's probably it. The binding size has to be something special. But does it have to be? Oh, canvas panel. Yeah, it has to be. Okay. So we got micro icon PC dark, which we already do. And then we want to set the tint color. What was the tint color here? Okay, let's see how that looks. Oops. So yeah, that's the tint color. Should be kind of more of a yellowish. Yeah, I mean, I guess, well, it's consistent with the hero info. I'll give it that. And that's probably a good thing. Maybe what I need is tooltips. Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, maybe this is too much information right now. Maybe I need tooltips. Now that can be a little tricky in Unreal because you're doing a UI mode. Well, I guess you are in UI mode right now if you bring this up. So I'm going to get rid of those other icons to the left. I'm going to revert that frame change I made earlier too. So let's see, that's the weapon. We're just going to get rid of that. There. That's for readability. Alright, I'm going to restart. Oh, you know what? I can delete those frames because I'm not going to use them anymore, but not yet. I don't want to save... I don't think I want to save any of this stuff. Okay. I'm going to revert my changes with those frames. I don't think we're going to use them. So we go to pending changes. All the heroes are going to get reverted. And this, off screen here. Okay. then we're going to get rid of that extra here. Move everything else to the left. So this should be 0, centered, and this should be 0 and centered. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Oh, forgot to change this again. Okay, good. So as expected, there's a lot more room on the right now, so we're going to center that. May even shrink it. You can shrink the parchment a bit. Because now we don't need all that room anymore. Yeah, 350. It does look a bit squashed now, though. Well, it's not terrible. Let's just go ahead and center the center those a bit now. Okay, more to the right. So that means I just did a 0. I don't think it'll even make a difference. Yeah, I didn't think so. Oh, and what was the new size? That was 350. There. Let's give it 80. See if that looks good. Okay. The number and the hero are too close together now. So let's bring them apart. Okay, the further apart, let's take a little more off the left. Thinking. Alright, me a little more to the right and bring in the icon a little more. Let's do 65. Or 70. And bring it in by 1 that. Let's see how it looks. You know, it's almost like there's optical illusion with the diamonds. They just look like they're pushed more to the right than they really are. But it still looks like I can move things just a hair to the left, otherwise. Okay, I'm going to leave it as that for now. So we got the hero and the number. Alright, we got to do this for red now. Alright, so we're going to go to hero switch red and do the same thing. Wait, I can't move this down? There we go. And what was our 350, 1455? And then our box margins, bring those over. And then do here what we did for this. So we're going to get rid of the weapon image. And what was the distance from here? So that was 152. It's like I want to move this further. So the whole thing goes to about 216. So right here. 216. What's the size of this? It's 128. 128. Yeah, okay. So like this. Alright, so let's double check that blue looks good. Okay. Blue, so I'll take a screenshot of that. And now we're going to see how red looks. This is where these buttons come into play. Oh, I gotta update that timer to be 1 second. Oh. No, it looks good. So you can't see it fully from with the overlays, but this does look good to me. So, let's see if I still have the before picture. I don't think I do. No, I think I already... Yeah, I already got rid of it. Okay, but I think it looks better than the old one where it just had a black background. And I like the key bindings there. I mean, it doesn't match the font, but then none of the bindings really match the font. So, and I'm pretty happy with this. And it's consistent with the hero info parchment. It's consistent with the lobby. So I'm going to save that. And any textures we don't need. We don't really need these three. Good. Okay. Let's close all these, and then we're going to commit to source control. Reskinned hero switch pane. And bring this back up, and then I want to make an action item for myself to make a mouse over. Where's that? So I'll make an improvement. Make it so you can mouse over a hero switch icon and get hero info from it. Hero info tooltip from it. Oh, you know what? I think the yeah, I had another audio source going on. I turned that off. Man, this mic really picks everything up. All right, so I'm gonna switch up to optimizing, and so back to this thing. This is a Unreal profile. This tells me what was going on when things were slow. Now, here's the thing. When I started working on this optimizing lately, I was playing it on an 8-year-old PC that's starting to get very slow doing anything. Just even opening simple apps, Windows Update. Well, I don't even do Windows Updates anymore because it's Windows 10. But point is, I was consistently getting like less than 20 frames per second on that machine. So I spent the past week optimizing the animation blueprints to be more, to just go faster. I nativized some of the blueprints to become native code. And now I'm getting these much better numbers. Now I'm getting, up, sometimes it spikes to 15 frames per second, but average now is about, maybe 22, 23 frames per second. Needing some big improvements here. So I want to go through some of these and figure out what else I can speed up in the world tick. So I'm going to go from left to right. We had, okay, so these are, all these little tiny things are the crowd, members of the crowd updating themselves. So in the background we actually have a crowd of people. I'll show you that in the crowd gym. So you'll see that they're all facing the ball here. These aren't just cardboard cutouts. These are actual meshes. And they actually follow the ball. Yep. And they also do, what was the name I'm looking for? And they just kind of like do, I'm going to find that name now. Let's see, crowd. Fidgets, that's it. They do fidgets where they like clap or they, do whatever. They just do anything that's not standing still. That's a fidget. Yeah, like that. I don't even. That guy was hollering right there. But notice they all follow me with the ball, so they're all looking in my direction. But anyway, getting them to kind of keep facing me, that does take a little bit of CPU and usage. And I reviewed it, and I think it's about as optimal as it's going to get, especially for the demo. I mean, we're looking at numbers here that, that I think the demo is really pretty good shape right now. After that, next is input processing. Oh, wow. No, that's not much at all. Switch hero trigger box. What was that in reference to? Hero trigger box. Oh, just the switcher. Okay. That's probably it. Well, that wasn't taking a lot of CPU time, so I'm going to skip on that one. So we still got a lot more to cover. So, in the soccer ball has some widgets that are drawing. It's about half a millisecond here. I'm probably not going to worry about this for the demo. Okay, Horus animation blueprint. So this is where I focused the optimizing before. And this section that's taking about 215... Actually, yeah, this section that's taking... oh, that's only 19. Ooh, that's good. This used to be taking like a lot more than 215, like 700, 800, and I got that way down. Update layer values, I think, is something I might do later. I don't know about the demo though. And here's Ulrich. Let's see. This looks not too big. Ellis, the wizard. What's going on here? Okay, that's pretty normal stuff. Update movement values is something I'd probably optimize. I don't know how easy that is to optimize. That might be the next on my list, is update movement values. So this is now like 1 millisecond. Actually, that's closer to maybe what was it from? I'd say not more than 5 tops. Behavior trees, and so AI stuff is what's taking up a lot of the speed right now. So I'll look at that, but first I want to keep going a bit. The update movement values, we got 395. That's 390. Yeah, that's under a millisecond. That's less than half a millisecond, but maybe I can still improve that. And then we got more blueprints here. Projectile emitter. Nah, that's pretty small. Yeah, more animations. So in the picture here, this frame, so we're almost at the halfway mark. So this is getting about 13 milliseconds here. Not a whole lot more I can do, because part of this is Unreal stuff. We're getting way deep under the hood now, and these are things I just maybe I can projectile emitters. Wonder what that's about. 37. It's 13 milliseconds. So it's still 13 milliseconds. Mostly animation and then a bit of the crowd here. There might be value to doing the update movement values a bit. Then, what else have we got in this frame? Okay, this is probably the next part I need to look at. So the AI, see if I can bring this up for you. And share with you how the AI does its work. Is this the EQS tester? No, it's Goalkeeper. Okay, so this is Horus, this is the Barbarian, and he has a pounce ability. And every so often, he's going to look to see whether he should use it or not. So let's look at EQ Horse Pounce. So let's look at abilities, pounce, damage, EQ, pounce. Okay, this is an effectiveness query. Okay, I haven't looked at this in a long time because I haven't done much tuning with the AI since. I think it was maybe middle of last year. So basically what happens is he runs the Jonas effectiveness query. I wonder if I can show you what it's doing. I'm going to try showing you what he's doing. effectiveness query. Oh man, I think it's been so long since I don't even remember. Okay, well, let's see, maybe there's a query that's similar to what I want to show you. Yeah, this will kind of show you what I was doing. So, you see all these little circles, all these spheres here. What happens is, at a given frame, the AI, like Horace, wants to see if he wants to use his pounce ability. So to determine that, what he does is he looks for the best place to do a pounce, and then he scores it, with a number between starting from 0 to over 1, near 0 to 1-ish. 0 means there's no reason to pounce there. 1 means this is the perfect setup that will do the most damage that's possible, and we should bounce there. So each of these spheres is sampled. For each one of these, and you got how many here? You got quite a bit. So imagine for every single one of these, you run a query to get the distance from every hero on the match. So that's again, you're going to have like about 9 heroes in that query, because well, I guess you narrow it down more if it's just your opponents, but say 5. But still, you're doing distance tests with 5 opponents every single one of these spheres. And that is why there are so many of these things. All this point samples going on here. So you get it over and over and over again. So something tells me that's taking like 9 milliseconds. So maybe there's something I can do about that. And we hooked it up in, here, effectiveness query class. Oh, that's all synchronous. Ugh. Okay, so that's why we're getting that performance. So, update active ability. Oh, can I make that? But that has to run in the main thread. Yeah, this one might be a big deal. So I'm going to make a note about this one. Okay, and I think that was the major other part of this tick here. Yeah, all that's besides that looks like a little more stuff with UI things, more of the crowd animation stuff. Environmental query tests. I need to look into running those tests asynchronously. And that's not something I want to do on stream. I want to do that heads down, off stream. And I'm not going to put a super ton of effort into it. I just want to see if I can do that, because that can destabilize all the AI. It may be something I want to do after the demo. I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to go back to looking at those animation blueprints. Yeah, so this is probably this whole graph right here is what's taking up a lot of space. Let's see, calculate velocity blend. Looks like something I could probably write in C++ pretty quick. I think there was something else. What's this? Okay, interpolations, yeah. Diagonal scale. Oh, I'll have to nativize this variable. That's used pretty in a lot of places. Relative acceleration. Looks mostly native. Yeah, the lean amount, I think that one is going to be a pain. Let's nativize. Oh, maybe not. That's not used as many places as I thought it would be. Setting play rate. Calculating blend. Oh, getting anim curves. Okay, well that can be nativized. Crouch speed. Yeah, it's doable. Okay, I think so. Overall, it's kind of leaning this. Give me a little bit of work, but I think it's doable. And I think I want to prioritize it under making the YouTube shorts. Okay. So that looks like a good opportunity. And then again, the other thing was making asynchronous AI queries. I don't think I'm going to worry about the POIs. And that's fixed. Okay. So that's my notes. I can go to my task list here and go through my tasks now. I got 49 left before the demo. And let's see. Alright, so here's one that was interesting. So, quick match. If no games are found, the user will currently automatically self-host. Someone suggested that let the user keep searching for games and let them manually self-host. And I don't know, I'm thinking, I'm kind of leaning against that idea a bit. Because you got maybe, like, you got 10 players in the world who are playing the game and they're all waiting on each other to host. One of them may cave and host and the others will get in, but that's still a long wait. Because I architected the multiplayer to jump right in, even if there's no human, other human players playing the game, using AI backfill. So I'm just kind of kick the can on this one to post demo, I think. Make sure every field's metagame is working properly. This is really a post. Actually, there is one metagame issue with the desert, which is going to come in the demo. For some reason, the sandworm is facing the wrong direction on clients. This, as a whole, though, I can kick that to post demo because I'm only releasing 2 fields for the demo. And in fact, I'm going to jump on that one next. But first, reskin the settings menu. Yeah, settings menu needs a reskin. That one's going to take a little bit, but that's a lower priority than making the videos and trailers and stuff. If the settings menu gets released in its current state, it's not terrible. I at least want to have a controller in it so that it's easier to see how the buttons are mapped. But I think, but yeah, again, that's still a low priority than a bunch of things. So I'm going to skip over to. Oh yeah, community servers should be visual from Steam. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Let's see. Visible from Steam, password protected, support mutators. That's, yeah, password protected servers. I think I need that before the demo is released. And that kind of goes also to server anti-griefing and password support. Alright, so let me look for that sandworm bug. Yeah, sandworm facing the wrong direction. Go back. And I think I had a perf, behavior trees, animations. Okay, the animations, I think... I still want to do that one more thing with updating... what was that? Yeah, still one more thing I want to do with the animations, and then I'll mark that done. If our query tests, I'm going to kick that to post-demo. Nameplates, I'm probably just not going to fix. Yeah, I'm going to try to fix that. Say we're facing the wrong direction. So let's go to the desert, shall we? I'll have to play as a client so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And that's assuming I can even reproduce the issue, because I think last time I tried I wasn't able to. So we're going to play as a client and have a hidden dedicated server in the background. Alright, so the sandworm will appear somewhere. Yeah, it's loading animations and all that, I get it. So I'm looking for the sandworm. It's underground. Oh, showed up. Now that's not the form he's in when the bug happens. He's creeping around in the ground. That's when it happens. Yeah, oh yeah, I saw him. Okay, we're just going to let him do his thing. Hey. Stop doing that. Okay, now let's try to find him. Creeping around. Yeah, okay, yeah, he's facing the right direction there. Or if it was only in a network game. Huh. Okay, well, I can't duplicate that as a client. What about a listen server? Yeah, it's moving correctly for me. Well, can't fix it if I can't repro. But I think I have seen it in the not distant past. I'm probably going to kick this off to post demo. Or have it, or well, no, I'm going to leave it, and I'm going to see if I can get it during a playtest. There was another item though that caught my eye that I wanted to look into, and that is try to anticipate which teammate would get the ball if they maintain velocity at kick time. So let me go to the soccer ball. So actually, I'll explain this issue in the gym. Okay, so I'll pick a simpler character to demonstrate this with. Okay, I got the ball. Now you'll see if my crosshair is on an ally, it gets brighter. Oh, actually, I'll do team color. Okay, so here's the cursor. It's just kind of a semi-transparent, but it shows you where your kick's going to go. So if I highlight a teammate, well, again, now I'm blue, so he's blue, so so it's highlighting. But when I want to kick to a teammate, this will highlight, and then the game will know that I'm going to kick to him. And I think that's done through I forgot how I did that. Maybe it was distance check. But I want to make it so if my teammate is running, let's say he's running forward, and I aim right here, then by the time when I kick the ball, he's going to reach that point, and I want the game to be able to predict that. So again, I'm aiming at him right now. Obviously, he's going to get the ball, and the game's actually going to kick it at him on purpose. But if I aim in front of him, then the game should be smart enough to know that he's going to catch it as well. So how do I do that? I wish I thought of that when I was working on it at the time, because it would have been easier to implement, because I forgot how I did it. So, let's see, where did I even set that up? Maybe it was in the possessor. Search code for it. Oh, was it aim assist? Hey, it was this. Let me see. No, that wasn't it. Something else. Maybe something in here. Ah, okay. So it's right here. Get aim assist target under locus, which is a fancy name for the cursor. Oh, okay, uses traces. Wait a minute. space end. Okay, so it's doing a sweep. So if I'm aiming the cursor like right here, for instance, it's going to search from the ball to the cursor in world space. So how can I predict where people are going to be doing a sweep? I could opt to not do a sweep and instead just do a distance test for other heroes. And I could do the distance test on where they're going. There is a function I have in here somewhere for that. The function would make the ball, it would kick the ball in such a way that it's expected to intercept a target at a who's going at a certain velocity. I gotta remember where I put that. Maybe I can hook it up here. So let me put a bookmark there. Okay. So where did I do that? I think it was AI kick 2, or intended possessor maybe. Yeah, this is it, I believe. Yeah, get moving target, intersection 2D. Calculates the point where moving target will get hit if a courier fires a projectile at it in 2D space. That's what I want. It might actually be faster than a sweep, what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to probably move this into its own legacy function. Oh, that's a filter. It's all the filtering here. Reach trace hit. Actually, so I don't need the whole thing. I just need the part that does this. Find targets in kick path. Targets in path or line. Okay. Location. Okay, we're not going to do that part. Let's start line end. Am I even using this? I don't think I am. Oh, okay, I am. location. Oh, actually, I don't want to undo that. Let me roll that back. Okay, because that is... Alright, where the camera is, where the cursor is. Okay, so that's where the cursor is. And that just gets us to where we are in the world. Okay. Yeah, I can't use that same math. Okay, yeah, I think I better punt on that one for now. Alright, and then back to this. Make it more obvious that the ball anticipated to go to a teammate. I mean, we already have a lot of cues that a ball is going to a teammate. We got the blue. We got that blue targeting color. I wonder what else we could do besides that, though. Try to bring up the leaderboard in the lobby. Leaderboard show up in post-match. Got to think on that one. Impact effect when the ball is knocked away from a hero. Okay. That I might be able to do something about that tonight. So I'll show you what that task is about. And while I'm waiting for this to come back up, let's share some more photos of Mega Kitty. From 2 years ago. This is when she got in my water. She loves my... I don't know, like, I give her the same water that I drink, and she still wants my water. Like it's magic or something. Alright, so let's go back to another simpler hero to show you what I'm trying to do next. Now, you can run it in slow motion so you can see better. So when you kick the ball, it's going to play a few sparks like this. Oh, great, I get rid of all these breakpoints. Let me do that again. Okay, so, let me do that one more time. Kick, and then you got those sparks. See them behind the hero? So I want to make it so there are also sparks that appear when I steal the ball from an opponent. So I'll give you an example of that. I'm going to be Prowler. So kick the ball to the enemy. Now the enemy's got the ball. Now I'm going to do a tumble, which will steal the ball from him. But I want it to be obvious that I stole the ball, so I'm going to kind of go like this. You see, I took the ball, but there's no sparks. And I want there to be bigger sparks because I need the player to know that the ball was taken from them. So the question is, how do I do that? How do I knock the ball out of their... away from them? I believe... the possessor component has the answer to that. I think drop ball? I think this is what gets called. Yeah, that's it. So, I I may have to extend this to have a reason for the drop. In this case, it was stolen. So... okay. Stability for... okay, health change. So there are two reasons for the ball to drop. One, I dealt so much damage that they just lost it in a short time. Or two, they were disabled from possessing the ball. So let me see something real quick. I want to try another hero. We're going to do Tonde. Because her tornado can steal the ball. Okay, here we go. Yeah, authority drop ball. Okay, but there's no reason given there. I might just need to have the sparks regardless. I think it was this is what caused it. See something real quick. Oh, right, it was in her actual ability. Which means... yeah, that's it. The overlap. Okay. I almost want to have like a dropped reason enumeration. Drop because they were incapped. Drop because an ability did it. Drop because... whatever. So I think I'm going to start with doing that. And let me make sure that I don't have any other changes in flight so I don't screw anything up. Okay. And now then, so let's do 30 drop ball. Drop ball reason. Yeah, it's a bit verbose, so I can just do this. None given. Well, that's really just none. Knocked away. Main cap is the second most common reason. Knocked away. Stolen. I'm trying to think of an instance where it's just flat out stolen versus just knocked away and then immediately taken back. I think I'll add it situationally. Or I'll just say drop for all our cases. Yeah. It's gotta be a reason to drop a ball, though. I'll say none given. Or invalid. Or just none. Okay, 30 drop ball. Okay, and then we're gonna go through and update all the calls so you have a proper reason. Okay, that's a good candidate. Just they are no longer. Let's see. The reason for that is let's just say incapped. I'll say ball possession disabled. No, but really that's not far different. I mean, that could be. That's more of a symptom than the cause. Yeah, that's a tough one. Or I could do an alternative approach. So RP server RPC, we go here. So RPC kick ball. And that gives multicast. Go kick ball. I wonder if I'm already. Let's see, play FX training the kick. I wonder if I'm already playing effects. I bet I'm already playing effects, but the kick power is so small that it's not noticeable. It's probably not a very good idea to have a dropping the ball fold up into a kick, like a very small kick, because then you don't really know the difference. I may have to have a separate network message for that altogether. You could also make the case that seeing the ball disappear, get kicked out of the, or seeing the hero lose possession of the ball is probably enough reason to, it's probably enough. You don't really need extra sparks. Yeah, I knew it. So it is still playing kick effects, it's just the impulse is so small you don't even see him. Okay. Then I think what I'll do then Maybe because it's already evident enough that the ball was intercepted. I think I'll maybe throw it to the backlog, and if I think of any other reason to bring it back, then I'll do it. All right, so back to the list. Mouse over, I'm going to do that later. Pavior trees, already we covered that. In custom lobby. Oh yeah, there's that bug I could not reproduce. Sometimes if someone gets incapped, they cling to the ball. I've never been able to repro that. So, no idea on that one. I gotta keep an eye on it though. See improvements to the UI. Oh yeah, I kept this one open because I liked the input about the health bar. Yeah, there would be plain health bars and lobby screens that look more like a game set in modern day than one inspired in the medieval setting. And the funny thing is, I got feedback from another player suggesting that the whole theme was just not good, just overall. They preferred the more sterile look of games that just had simple frames in their menus, like I'll show you in like Warcraft 3. I'll show you the Warcraft 3 lobby screen. Yeah, so player feedback I got was, well, you know, it looks like Warcraft Soccer, but your UI doesn't really match the 3D aesthetic. So you should make something like more like this. And honestly, I mean, I'll admit it's clean. It gets the job done. It is medieval. But I wanted to go for something that was a little more like Mario Strikers and more like Borderlands, more stylized. I want to do more stylized. So not just this, but something with more flair to it. So I'll show you the Mario Strikers menu screen. Yeah, I'll show you what I'm kind of going for. This is kind of the role model for the menu I was going for. Kind of more like this, but medieval. Not the sterile frames and all that. Something that's more stylized, kind of more popping. And that's where I got the main menu from. Oh, and I didn't even notice Mega Kitty's here. Alright, well, glad to have her aboard. Let's see. If your ink last game is due to a dash. Alright, this one happens a lot. If your last ink cap is due to a dash, someone taking you down immediately, and then your timer to respawn is triggered, it can happen early. That's not one I want to try and solve tonight. Same, we're facing the wrong direction. I can't repro that one. Body heroes creep forward. Doesn't happen as much lately. With great pings, melee weapons get kind of a bit jittery. I don't think there's much I can do about that, honestly. Once you get... now, my optimizations are going to help, I think. But beyond that, I mean, I can try to improve them. I don't know what I can do, really. The damage is still server authority. And... yeah, I don't know. Just not much I can do. And it's more of a kind of an umbrella task for higher pings, kind of more janky game performance. So, although, maybe I can simulate that. So let me pick a melee hero. Actually, Lutunia is easier to follow. Or maybe Horus is better yet. So here's Horus swinging. Just normally, just smooth swings. You got it going on like that. Now we're going to do simulated poor networking. So we're going to do client, and we're going to simulate the network environment. Emulation. We're going to do average. We're going to be like 100 ping or more. Let's see how he swings under this emulation. Alright, well that's not bad. This looks about the same, really. Let's get two clients together. Okay, fix this. Okay, so here's two of them. And let's see the swinging. Alright, well that's not terrible. Okay, a little janky on the remote end, but actually I think the ping is actually closer to 200 here. Unfortunately, I can't tell what the ping is from here, though. Or can I? No. But I do know that emulated, typically that's like 200 latency. Let me hop in a quick match and get a beat on that. Yeah, morning, Wing Poo. How you doing? Yeah, oh, look at that. 270 ping on emulation. Yes, I'm on 5.7. 5.7.1 or 2? I forget. 649 ping. Oof. This emulation's pretty brutal. But it's handling pretty well for like a 300 ping. Have to say. Yeah, a lot of it's kind of CPU is kind of busy. Yeah, well, so I'm kind of looking, I'm going through my list, cleaning up bugs that, just going through the bugs. So let me go back to advanced settings. I want to turn off simulation for networking. So Unreal has this, this mode, for those who don't know, to simulate, to emulate the networking and make it look bad. So yeah, it's a great way to see how your game holds up with lag. Short of it is, I think it's holding up pretty good, and I think part of it's because of the optimizations I had made. So on this, this is also kind of a nebulous item, so I'm going to put this under won't fix. Oh yeah, create a tutorial field. That's still a work in progress. How far am I on that right now? I'm probably not going to do much tonight on that. Practice field. So there's a practice field. Am I still on networking or not? Oh, no, I'm networking. Okay. This is the practice field. You walk over these things, and then it tells you what you see and what you're doing. And then you can like switch your heroes here. And you can do stuff like kicking the ball. Just practice a bit. So this is kind of just a sandbox for new players. They want to play with some of the abilities. Now, one thing here is that my cooldowns are actually unlimited, so those countdowns need to stop. So I can actually just do this whenever I want. I can spawn tornadoes, as many as I want, because it is a practice field. Come to think of it, maybe I can fix that right away. So how do I do that? What was the command? What did I do in the field in the first place to turn that off? components, practice field component. Assign players. Where did I... Maybe the cooldown numbers are fine so people can see what the cooldowns be like when they're in a game. I think it's misleading though. Like when I start, it looks like I can't use my abilities for another X number of seconds, but that's not true. Oh, you know what? Actually, it isn't true, because now these aren't working now. See, I can do that, but I can't use my abilities, so that's something I gotta look into. I also forgot how to ignore the cooldowns. I wonder if it was a command I used somewhere. So I may just be ignoring them the wrong way entirely. Yeah, that's cheats. No, that's different. That's for the editor pause menu. I gotta remember how I disabled cooldowns in the practice field. Oh yeah, a buff, that's right. That's it. Apply these tags to the owner, cooldowns ignore, and then maybe what I also need to do is remove all the cooldown gameplay effects. So maybe I need to do two things. I think I keep seeing your chair poke through your green screen effect now. Imagine you have a ponytail. No, I keep it short. I keep the hair short. It's just easier to deal with. Alright, so maybe there's something else I can do. Effect cooldowns ignore. That's probably not the place to look. I want to make it so when this becomes effective, then it will remove all cooldown gameplay effects. So I could probably do something from the component. From the ability component. Unregister, no. Oh, it's on possession, okay. Yeah, that's what I want. Register gameplay tag event. But where to do that? Where should I register? Maybe here. I actually prefer begin play, honestly. But it also means we're going to need an end play too. Wait a minute, I can just, if I'm applying it, apply gameplay effect to self. Yeah, no, that's right, that's right. That was a close one. Right, then we'll do the registering here. Cooldowns. All right, and then let's add the handler next. Okay, we got that and this. We gotta include gameplay tags. Okay, now we'll go to cooldown gameplay effects. Oh, perfect. then for each one, we remove gameplay effect. Oh, what was the command for that? Oh, remove active gameplay effect. Okay, let's see if this actually works. And while that's building, I would like to give a shout out to Wing Poo. And on this stream, we were out the red carpet for our viewers.
Oh shoot, I plugged this into the wrong one.
Bulb 6 cheered X300. My sprinkler goes like this.
The pauses are so good.
TSTSTSTST and comes back like this.
It's like ASMR. Guys, 300 bits for text-to-speech, guys.
So, while working on this, getting the cooldowns to work, what do I got left in the list? Down to 42 tasks that I want to get done by the demo. And not counting the trailer. And the all the YouTube shorts I need to make. That was, by the way, it was an excellent stream. Last stream I did 2 days ago. I got a general idea of the kind of videos I want to make. So, oh yeah, there was another one I wanted to, another task I could easily knock out here. Bring this up. Run map check on all maps. But first I want to fix this. Okay, and let's see if this actually works. Begin play, we listen for the cooldowns ignoring event. Then we get the event when, yeah, now we got the event when the cooldowns are ignored. Now we got to go remove them all the cooldown effects. There's 2 of them. That's a good sign. 1, 2. Oops. We messed something up somewhere. That's strange. Wonder if that was a race condition. Primary assets. That failed. How would blow primary assets fail? I'm going to try it without the breakpoint, see if that makes a difference. Sometimes putting a breakpoint in the wrong place at exactly the wrong time will result in a crash. It's really rare, but I've seen it before enough. But my change, I think, addresses the cooldown issue. I'm going to double check that I'm running in single player mode too. Yep. All right. Take 2. Now it happened again. Can't be a coincidence. I wonder what this... That's really curious. Possessed pawn changed. Why would removing cooldowns cause the assets not to load? They seem like two unrelated things. Fail to find. That's not it. Okay, let's back up for a second. I want to understand the order of events. So we did end play. That's fine. Apply startup ability sets. The last thing I expected from this was a crash. Actually, just got an idea. Man, it's so slow to bring up. I'm going to have to go ahead and see some more Missy pictures. She was really cozy on this one. And then here's Missy trying to get my attention from my computer. Okay, back to that component that I had open. What if we wait until the next tick? And then we get the possessed pawn. And do that. No, that still didn't work. Let me go back to here again. Possessed pawn changed. Okay, that didn't work either. Alright, let's give it another go. So begin play, we do the register, because all ability system components do that. Okay, and more. Experience loaded complete. Let's not remove any gameplay effects. No, it's still null. Alright, well, let's do this then. Let's just not register at all. See what happens. Alright, so again, we don't even listen for the event. We just do what we did before. Alright, now it's still crashing. Alright, I'm just going to remove all my changes outright and see if I still get the problem. But let me double check that I'm doing everything right here. 3. Yeah. Begin play, end play. Play tags, begin play, end play. That's all I did. I'm gonna make a copy of this and then remove them outright. There. Copied all of that, and I'm just going to undo my changes and see what happens. Another alternative is that maybe I'm out of memory. That could be the other issue. That could be the issue all along. No, I'm at 60%. Oh, no wonder my CPU's pegged. Anti-malware is running. Running a virus scan. Let me stop that. Oh, it stopped. Well, while we're waiting, here we saw that one. Alright, so again, everything's back to what it was. Nothing has changed. We're going to try this again. Now it's happening every time. Right, so at least now I know that it's not because of anything I changed today. But why would it just not load? Load primary assets. All right. I'll look more carefully at the logging here. There's got to be something to indicate why it's failing. All right, let's start again. All right, clear out the logs, then try to load. And there's nothing in the log, nothing at all. It's just flat out failing, not giving me a reason. So it digs into about 1,000 different functions here. I wonder if there's anything on Google about this. Misconfiguration? No. None of that stuff. I may have to work on that offline, but before I do, there is a simple... I'm going to switch to another issue, which is actually much easier to fix than this. Also, is there any logging I can implement that will get me down to the bottom of this faster? And that is to do a map check. Oh, okay. Those are actually acceptable. What is this? More urban materials and static mesh than there are referenced in buildings. Static mesh uses nanite, virtual shelves are not enabled. Project settings, I think there was a reason for that. Here are the main reasons to disable them. In performance improvement, they can be costly. Yeah. Uses nanite. If I just make it not use nanite, where's the mesh? Okay. Turn that off, and let's do another map check. Okay. Null stack mesh, what is this? Oh. Grass field edge far. Wait, what is that? I don't even see anything there. Yeah, I don't know why this is a static mesh. I can just take these grasses and get them out of there. Or you know what, makes it easier on myself just copying one of the grass assets like this. There. Now another map check. More of our materials on this. Maybe I just need to resave it. So this had 6 overrides. That's 5. And let's, oh, I guess I changed the archery target too. Let's save that. Yeah, more of a rim materials, but I don't know where they are. There's the 5, but I don't know where the 6s are. The overriding using replace actors with oh, hello. Or if I just look at the map check error. Oh no, just wait a minute. Okay, map check. How goes the deving today, Chief? Pretty good. Alright, well that fixes the, I guess that fixes the buildings. They look fine to me. Let's go back to the buildings here. Well, not getting the error now. So yeah, this was after a full day AAA development for 8 hours, and I figured I'd go back into this a little bit longer. I want to stream a little bit more. I actually enjoy streaming on like off-schedule nights than I do on scheduled nights. So we're gonna go to the Unknown Ruins. And let's do a map check here. This uses nanite. Not for long. Couldn't do work after work like that. Yeah, well, I still got... I'm doing this while I still can, while I'm still young. Let's turn the nanite off for this. Let's see what happens. See if it breaks it. You know, I think I may have tried this before, and I think it did break it. Let's see. No, guess not. Yeah, well, if I'll know if it breaks soon enough. It's a very visible element. Yeah, still looks right. And map check. 0 errors. That's what I like to see. and then we're going to go to the desert, because that's the only other level we're going to have in the demo. And no errors, great. So what that all means is, close this. We fixed some map check errors. We did not change the INI file though. Okay, fixed map check errors in practice field and unknown ruins. Okay, but I'll really know that they're working once I do another package build and verify that offline. So with that, let's mark that bug as cleaned up. Oops, that's not done. Technically, it's not done. I'm going to move that to post demo because I got to do the other maps after. So for the demo, I'm going to have 2 fields. But then after the demo's released and I deal with all the tech support that's going to generate, I got to work on the other fields, getting them online, running their map checks, looking for other glitches in the maps, and so on. So that's a post-demo task, which leaves me with 41 tasks before the demo, not counting making the trailers and the marketing stuff. I worked on a couple other ones tonight. Didn't get far in some of them. Others gave me surprise crashes. Oh yeah, gamepad detection issues. So one player told me that the Unreal did not detect their gamepad, and that's kind of beyond my control. I don't know. I'm using all Unreal's gamepad detection, so I'll have to. What I'm gonna do, because I don't even know. I'm not in touch with the guy anymore. So I'm gonna have to not fix this one, and then once I have players in the demo, if they have that issue, then I'll work with them and see what we can figure out. So that takes us to 40 tasks. Oh yeah, build improvements to Ulrich. What do I want to do here? Oh yeah. Yeah, I did want to do a little bit of cosmetic improvements on the Centaur before the demo. I wanted to make it so when he conjures the log, he raises his halberd to the sky and then lightning appears. That'd be really sweet to have. I think it's cool enough that I do want to have it in the demo. Space for... Okay, this is actually a duplicate of the practice field. Where is that? Community servers. VFX. Oh, that is the practice field. I thought I had another one. No. Oh yeah, have heroes part from the top of the field and then run to their starting positions. That might be cool. I don't know if I'll have time for that, but I'll leave it in the list. Oh yeah, that's a create tutorial field. That's a duplicate right there. Tutorial field, and then the other epic, which really it is an epic level task. Space for players to test hero abilities. Spar with AI. And I will say this is related to... where was that? Where did I do that? Relates to... linked worked items. Clones... Or is it clones by? I guess relates to. I also want to say is, it duplicates. Actually, no, this duplicates 284. Generally, when you have a duplicate item, the older one should take precedent. So this duplicates 284. And then this one is a, I guess there's, yeah, it won't fix because it's a duplicate. And this one's in progress. So now if I refresh this one, it should show me, yep, the linked work item. So now I'm down to 40 tasks. Oh yeah, the ping wheel. I've been working. No one ever uses the ping wheel, but I need to polish this a bit, and then I'll have it out there. Field objects become semi-transparent. Oh yeah, this is one of the oldest tasks. Field object becomes semi-transparent when a pawn appears behind it. Not a single person has complained about this. This was something I was thinking about doing a long time ago. I'll make that in the backlog and see if someone raises the issue. So that takes us to 39 tasks. Oh, and where I had a task for tips. Yeah, I gotta bring us up one more task. Restore the tips for new players. They were hard to notice. I don't think a lot of people even noticed they were there. So I need to do that. I need to bring them back. I think we really need those for the demo. I have to say. So it takes us back to 40. And so with that, let's take the search out. Now we're still at 39. Okay. Yeah, restore tips. So we're at 39 tasks. So we're under 40 now. Heals apart from this middle of the field. Again, that's maybe low priority. Seeing stats, yeah. Getting sucked into this quick worm are jittering badly. I'll have to review that one. Samurai facing, I could not duplicate this one. So, yeah, have the lobby. Okay, match. Alright, so these are all things that. Oh, knockbacks appear delayed on clients. I'll look in that one too. Don't know if there's much I can do about this though. So I think that's gonna be enough for tonight. Because I'm working. Because now it's 9 p.m. local time, and that been. How about only streaming for? Oh wow, almost three hours of streaming, plus the 8 hours in full-time development. So I'm running on fumes right now. I'm gonna take us to another game developer who we can grace our presence. Oh, the only one that's in my list right now is Dobbsworks. So I'll give chat 30 seconds to recommend another streamer to rate off to. Otherwise, we're gonna wrap to Dobbsworks. And let me see if they're up to while I'm waiting. Okay, he's working. Okay, then we're going to wrap to Dobbsworks. So thanks everyone for coming this bonus stream evening. I got a bunch done. I want to get more done, but you know, it is what it is. So thanks again everyone for showing up, and I will catch you all probably next Monday. If not, then maybe sooner. We'll see. But otherwise, next Monday at 7 Central. So until then, have a good one.